Well, hello, today, and I'm live, and I hope you are too. I'm a little late. Hello, Cheryl. Good to see everyone tonight. I know I was a couple minutes late, so there's probably people out there wondering what's going on and where I am. Usually, if I know I'm going to be late, then I like to let everyone know that I am running late, but I did not mean, this was unforeseen. I had such a hard time picking papers and getting my tools because, as is usually the case after a 2-day crop, my studio is pretty much always set up, and I had my pictures printed before. I had my pictures printed last week for this project recipe. I was ready to go. And then right before I went live, I'm running around grabbing my trimmer because it was still packed from the crop, and grabbing my border maker system and all that good stuff. So anyway, we're here. I'm here. Cheryl's here. And I know many of you will be watching me after the fact. So whenever you're watching this project recipe, thanks for watching, and hello. So starting next week, I'm actually going to be live on YouTube, not on Facebook. I know the last couple months have been a little like I'm testing things out. I can only stream to one location right now. And since Facebook is now deleting videos after 30 days, right now I'm live on Facebook, and then after the live I download the video from Facebook, then I upload it to YouTube, and so I'm gonna switch that up. So I'm gonna be live on YouTube, and I'll post a link to the live on Facebook so that you can get to it that way. But hopefully you subscribe on YouTube so you can watch live on YouTube, and then I'll post the link on Facebook, because then that will save me from having to download and upload. It'll be on YouTube, and so anyway, that's where we're going. And with that, if you are, watch me sometimes or have followed me for a while, the last 2 months, anyone who placed an online order through my website, through my Creative Memories website, received a 10 CM credits toward the next month. So today is July 1st. Welcome to July. I can't believe half the year is over. I sent everybody that ordered on my Creative Memories website 10 CM credits. And I just did that to, help defray the cost of shipping, or, whatever. So I appreciate all of you that order online for me, keeping my business rolling. So instead of doing the drawings live, because that's just gotten really clunky with the picker bot that I have going on, and now with me jumping to YouTube, which I will be doing live, so I'm going to be playing with that. But for the month of July, anyone that orders on my site or attends an event, so if you order on my site and you attend an event, that's 2 entries, you're going to go into a drawing for 25 CM credits. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to play around with how that's going, as far as if people are able to find me on YouTube versus Facebook. So hopefully that's not going to be too much trouble. Like I said, I am going to post the link to Facebook, so you should be able to watch it on Facebook after the fact. But since they disappear from Facebook after 30 days, I kind of just want to train everybody, make sure everybody can see me over on YouTube. All right, so that's enough. We're late as it is. But anyway, starting next week, YouTube live. All right, and the next week is tool time, and I'm going to play with 3 of the new tools. You've seen silly videos on Facebook so with the shark and the whale tail, I'm having too much fun with these punches and making reels with them because they're so cute. But if you haven't played with them in person, well, Facebook Live isn't in person, but you're going to love what you see. There are endless possibilities with these. I know they seem like You know, I saw someone post that says, well, I'm never going to go whale watching, so I don't need the whale tail. But you can use it for so many other things, and we'll talk about that. I mean, they could be mermaid tails. You could have a mermaid party. I mean, anyway, we'll get to that. It's going to be so much fun. That's next week. And then also next week is Scrapbook Club. So if you've been, that's in Port Orange. You do not have to be a seasoned scrapbooker. You don't have to be part of the club to come. You can just come as a beginner, as a one-off. Just come in July and make a 2-page spread with us in Port Orange, and then that's it. Or you can come for the rest of the year. We're halfway through. You can have 6 2-page spreads if you come for the rest of the year. If you didn't already buy out the year in January, then you can get the next quarter if you want to buy the quarter bundle. And the reason why the quarter bundle is more, you're like, well, why would I pay $40? And when you go on there, you'll see that the quarter bundle is $40. And that's because you get 3 pockets, Creative Memory Simple pockets, to put your pages in, or whatever. They're organizational, they're awesome. And you also get special bonus stickers. So if you know you like to come and you didn't buy out the whole year, go ahead and buy the quarter, and you'll be happy you did, because you'll get extra little bonus stickers, and you'll get the sleeves to hold your pages in, and you'll get the pages. So it's a great deal. Techie Tuesday, that's usually at noon. It was supposed to be at noon, but turns out I'm going to be flying back from New Jersey on the 15th in the afternoon. So hopefully the flights don't get delayed, but I had to move that from a noontime show to a 7 p.m. show. And you notice I already changed it to say live on YouTube. So I'll be live on YouTube and then post to Facebook. All right, Polly's Tea Room, where my ladies at, we are going to have tea and make cards. So you're going to get the Creative Memories box card kit. So this is a discount between the box card kit that makes 12 cards and Polly's Tea Room. You are getting a deal at $35. So it's going to be a great afternoon. We're going to have tea. I'm going to wear a hat, get dressed up a little bit because it's tea. Why not? So let's have a little tea party and have some cakes and cookies and tea or coffee or water if you don't want tea or coffee, and make some cards. And I'll bring some extras. I'll bring some foam squares to lift up to make some of the card pieces, and some extra little inks to kind of jazz up the cards, and we're gonna have fun. All right, the retreat to Helen is officially closed. I'm sorry if you are not able to come with us, but hopefully there will be a retreat there next year, and we will love you to come. So because of that, there won't be a live on Tuesday, July 22nd. I'll actually play something, like probably do a replay of one of my YouTube videos that has gotten a lot of likes and comments. I'll probably play one of those because I'll be driving up Tuesday. The retreat starts on Wednesday, but I'm going to be driving up Tuesday to pick up my mom in South Carolina, and then we'll be headed over. So, you know, in the past I've done stuff from the road, but I can already tell that is going to be a crazy night, so I'm not even going to try to do it. We're just going to cancel the live for July 22nd. Because there are 5 Tuesdays in July, I won't miss anything. I still have a tool time, project recipe, my card kit, and Techie Tuesday. So we had a bonus one. We're going to cancel that one. All right, Scrapapalooza. People are registering. We had a ton of fun this past weekend. I did 8 different classes and a business opportunity for people that wanted to learn more about being a Creative Memories advisor, which isn't really, you don't have to want to run a business anymore. Old company, it was kind of like that. New company, most people are their own best customer. I mean, that was the case in old company too, but now it just makes it much easier. So anyway, Scrapapalooza, we are going to do the same thing. It's a concert theme, so you're going to wear your favorite concert outfit, and I've already been thinking about it. These, music festivals have multiple stages and things going on, so we're going to get, we're going to have some different classes going on Friday and Saturday, just like we did this past weekend. Different things, so don't feel like, oh, if you came last time, you don't have to come this time. We are going to do the Cascade page again with the peekaboo pockets, the 12 by 12 6 by 12 peekaboo pockets, because we had some ladies that couldn't make it to the road trip crop that really want to learn how to do it. And we had 14 ladies make that Cascade page, and that was amazing. You all did wonderful. And so I have a feeling maybe the class will be a little smaller. Maybe not. Maybe everybody that didn't do it last time is going to do it this time. But so looking forward to that. Go ahead and register if you haven't already. Also, the registration is open for the Crop for Gray and Gold. That is our second fundraiser of the year for Cannonballs for Cane. It's a foundation that raises money for pediatric brain cancer families and research. So you will if you go to my website and you try to register, it's going to redirect you to cannonballs.org. And so you're going to make your registration directly through the foundation's website, and they get the money right away. We've already had people started to register. So go ahead and register if you know you want to come to that, and I hope to see you there. All right, again, many thanks if you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. I am going to be switching over to doing live on YouTube and then posting the links on Facebook. If I can figure out how to get them from YouTube, how to link those better, I will. But so make sure you're subscribed to me on YouTube if you haven't already, so you don't miss out. And then like I mentioned, everybody that orders on my website or attends an event in July is going to be registered to win 25 CM credits. So instead of 10, we're going to do 25, make it a little bit bigger bang for your buck. So every time, for every $50 you order on my website, you'll get an entry, and then for every event you attend. So if you attend Scrapbook Club, or if you're attending the retreat in Helen, or if you're attending the tea, you're going to get entries for all those things. All right, I think that's it. Those are the announcements, and I will post about that because that's kind of a big change. You guys are used to me doing something live every Tuesday, and I'm still going to be live, but we're going to try this for this month. We can always change it again. Why not? I'm celebrating my 25th year as a Creative Memories advisor, and we change things up when we need to, and I like to see how I can keep things exciting around here. So anyway, let's get to our project recipe. All right, this is going to be a fun project recipe. Oh, I just lost my screen, but you didn't lose me, so that's good. All right, so here's the project recipe. It's the Legacy of Love. And if you haven't gotten this yet, you'll have time after to go get it. If you really want to get it before, then hop on over to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com right now, register for this event tonight, and you'll get a PDF. You'll get a link with a PDF to the project recipe. And of course, you should collect these. You can either keep them as PDFs on your computer or print them out and then keep them in your scrapbook stash. I like them. I use a project recipe to do my retreats. So this is my retreat album. Every project recipe, I don't think I've deviated from that. I do pictures from a retreat, and so over the last 5 years since I've been going live, I'm getting caught up. I guess I don't even know what summer was this. Was this 22, or is this? I guess this was 2022, so we're getting there. I only do 5 or so retreats a year, and I do 12 project recipes a year, so I am gaining on myself here. All right, so usually the project recipe uses like all the paid paper, and I noticed right away, because I always sit down and look at the recipe first, like, what do I need to do this recipe? So you definitely need 2 pages to cut up completely, but these ones, they can be half of a page or even less. This is 1.5 and 1 1/4. So this is less than 3 inches, and then this piece is 4.5 inches. So you don't need full pieces, and I always like to look at that first, so that I know what I need to gather. And then of course you do need 2 background pages. So I am doing a retreat to the mountains, which is fitting because we are retreating to the mountains at the end of this month. I try to do retreat to the mountains in July and August, and this year, actually I think last month I did the June, and the scrapbook house, we went twice. So we went in June and then we went back in July. Different people. I was the same. I went to both of them. So I decided I'm going to use this background cardstock for my background. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'm using paper from some paper from our new paper packs. You know, I always like to talk about how our Creative Memories papers just really flow together. So this is from the Mountain Scenes. So this is a bundle that's available right now. Mountain Scenes stickers and paper. You can't get them separately right now. I was selling them separately at the Crop, but you can't online. You have to get them as a bundle. It's $20 for the bundle, and this is what the paper looks like. I'm usually not a fan of this kind of graphic, but I do love this water paper on the other side. I'm going to flip through it real quick to show you the mountains paper pack. I love this wood paper. This could be Pacific Northwest, Colorado, like these designs kind of give me that vibe. Some pine cones. I've already used some of this paper. I used it for a project that I showed last weekend. That's why this is kind of a little mixed up. But that is the Mountain Scenes designer paper pack. So, and then here's a sticker pack, and I might use some of those stickers on this project. Since, as is the case, if you're new here, I rarely, if ever, use the paper pack that's featured in the project recipe, because my goal is to show you that you can use these project recipes with any paper and any photos. So I'm going to use these two pieces of paper. Bonus points if you know what paper pack this is from. I want to say it's from like a really old Christmas pack, but I'm going to be using that. You can see I like trimmed off a tiny little piece of it for something, I don't know what. Practically a full sheet of paper, but that's gonna go. And then I've got some gray cardstock and some light blue cardstock. And that's too many papers in case you're keeping track, but you're gonna see what I'm gonna do with it. And I promise not to really off-road too much. But the first thing we need to do is cut our paper. And I've already decided, I just said I wasn't gonna off-road, but I am gonna off-road a little bit because I'm not using this gear punch. Although that kind of does give a little mountain vibe. I really could do that, but I wanted to use well, now I'm thinking which is dangerous, right? That's dangerous for me. Hold please, I need to grab two things. I'm here. I just decided I will grab this one. Okay, so this is I also grabbed these trees. We're gonna see what I'm gonna do with that in a second. Well, hi Nancy, how's New York? Are you still cool up there? Or did you get a heat wave? We miss you down here. Okay, what am I doing? I'm cutting this. All right, so I've already decided ahead of time. This is going to be the paper that is my designer print number 1. Let me I had to grab these trimmers. They were still packed up. All right, so our first cut, we're not actually gonna cut, we're gonna punch. We're gonna punch 1, 2, 3 from here, and then we're gonna cut. So let me do that first. Let's get the border maker system here. Let's go ahead and slide this in. I do like this punch. I'm a fan of like geometric punches because they're very versatile. So to me, this goes with the kind of the mountain theme, and it also with the triangles. It also kind of reminds me of a bike chain. I don't know why. Oh, I kind of moved my... Oh, there's some great punch poop in this too, by the way. I'm gonna pick that up here in a second. Some punches like to go top to bottom, some like bottom to top. I don't know why that is. These are gonna look cute on this page. Where is my little vacuum? All right, we got 3 of these. That is done. I've got a mess over here, but I want to pick up some of this punch poop. I love these shape of punch poop. Hold on, let me get rid of these big things first. They're like Lincoln Logs, but it's these ones that I really like. Let me put them. I'm gonna save some. Okay, because I'm going to just show you what I like to do with them. Put them on some dark. Okay, so when they're these kind of shapes, to me, these look like little, just little fasteners. So, like, these are great either for bullets in your journaling. And, of course, because they came out of the punch, they kind of coordinate, kind of, you know, is a good... stays on trend for the page, but they're great for bullets in your journaling box, but also just like on the edges of your photos, and that's how I'm going to use them, like little fasteners. What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. I just want to get these big ones. I want to get these little ones out of the way too, because there's lots of little, well, those are also really, those would be cute. These little triangles. Oh, they kind of look like little home plates. Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry you got the heat wave. Yeah, my mom, you know, she hates the heat. She moved from Florida to get away from the heat up to by my brother, and she was like, oh, it's 100 last week. And I was like, I'd never thought you'd wish you were back in Florida in the month of June. But she did, because it's been hot up there. So I'm sorry that you are hot there, Nancy. Because that's what you snowbirds do. You leave Florida to escape the heat, and the heat came to you. All right, so our next punch is, or not punch, we're going to cut at 3 inches and cut at 3 3/4. Now, because I kind of moved my border maker system. So we're gonna go 3 and 3 3/4. I'm going from this end because I messed that up. But this is extra, so you can put that in your pile of strips. If it's a nice 12-inch strip like that, I definitely hang on to it. I picked this orange because we've got orange in our pajamas, and if you watched last month, the group in June got those pajamas too. I think I picked a much brighter orange. So these pictures, I don't know, I was feeling that. All right, next up we are going to cut, I gotta move my punch poop over. I'm gonna use this as my mats. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 4x6s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 4x3s. So I am gonna cut 3 4-inch strips. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna cut I'll just do the 3s first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then these, with our printed paper, you can actually cut them 2 at a time. And definitely your blade is, if you want to, you can cut 2 at a time. Gotta press down a little bit, so make sure you have your Wheaties. See, you can get a workout scrapbooking. All right, next up, we've done this, we've got to cut these. Now I always refer back to where's that going to go, because when I'm picking my colors, I definitely look at that. And so that's what I grabbed this gray for. So that is a 1 1/4, and so this is just a scrap I had used, I don't know, for something, probably alive. So 1 1/4 by 12 and 1 1/2, and I am cutting on this small side, measuring on the small side. You can go out to 1 3/4 because it gives you more of a ledge to help keep your paper straight. If your long edge is out here, if you're just cutting like an inch 1.25 inches, sometimes it can get crooked. So it's nice if you're cutting with less than 2 inches to kind of go this way. All right. And that brings us to our last piece. Now I already told you that when I looked at this ahead of time, I see that I only need less than 1/2 sheet of paper. And so I'm looking at the design, and the yellow is going here, and I thought it's mostly covered, but I might be able to move some things around a little bit. I want to use my border maker punch and punch trees out of those. So I'm gonna do the punch first, and then I'm gonna trim to the length, so 2 1/4. But I'm gonna punch first. Because we were in the mountains, I wanted to do some trees. So that is gonna go into the front of my punch to one of these lines. You can really start it anywhere in between here, but if you want to start with this edge, you are punching exactly what you see here. So when you go to that edge, you don't want to come all the way to here. You want to look at the line there, and then you just want to slide until the little design is covered, and then you're just gonna keep sliding. The trees are varied sizes, so that you'll keep sliding, and that design will be completely connected. And if you haven't ever done that before, these are the types of things that we do at the crop last weekend and at other, generally not the fundraiser crops, because honestly, I mean, I never sit down at a crop. I am moving. God bless the advisors that can crop at their own crops. But I am moving. And so at the fundraiser crops, even more so, because we've got raffles and we've got all kinds of things going on. But that's why I love these summer crops, because I am able to get in there and teach some fun stuff. All right, so I cut on both ends because I didn't want to take the time to trim in between. And so now, because they're 2 1/4, I am gonna put the top of that tree, those trees, at 2 1/4 and cut. And the reason why I did that, again, is because I looked ahead at the cutting guide and realized I only needed a partial sheet of paper. I wasn't going to use the whole thing. I had only lost a 1/2 inch off of this, so I really could have probably made it work if I wanted to. All right. So I've got that piece, and last thing I want to do, and this is not on here, but again, looking at my pictures, we, on this retreat, we took a little afternoon. We went out on a pontoon boat. I found a pontoon boat that I could rent that had a driver, because I don't know how to drive pontoon boats. And we were, you know, in, where were we? North Carolina? Yes. We were in North Carolina. So anyway, I want to incorporate a little water vibe in there. It's the only water picture I have. Here we are hiking up from the water. It was great fun. We had a little charcuterie. We hiked to a little waterfall, but I didn't print those pictures. If you've never been to one of my retreats, you should try to do that. Either at some time the rest of this year, or in 2026. Make it a resolution. We have lots of fun. My tagline for my retreats is saving memories and making memories, because that's what we do. We don't just sit in a conference room. So if that is your jam, then you probably wouldn't like my retreats. And you don't have to get out and go on the pontoon boat or go for the hike or whatever, but it's just a way to mix things up, have a little stretch break, and make memories with scrappy friends. Okay, so like I said, these are just two little bonus pieces. This is one of my very favorite Boilermaker cartridges. It's still available, and it's the Rick Rack. And old Creative Memories, we used to buy paper packs that were already cut like this, but I find them so versatile. I love that one. If ever, like, I just decided, because I wanted to do something that kind of went to water, but these Rick Rack can be virtually anything. All right, now it's time to lay it out and throw on our photos. Okay, so I'm going to start with the left side, and we need to take D, which is the smaller of the two of these. So we're going to take this one, and we're going to take N, which is the smaller one of these. And then we're going to take one of our trees, and we're going to take our bonus little water and kind of just layer that like that. Oh, well, good to see you all. Happy you are on here, regardless of the time. All right, and now we need to get our photo mats. So there's all these blue boxes are mats, and like I said, I think I'm gonna kind of tuck that one under there, and because I don't want to cover the whole tree. I also could move this down. We got plenty of room that I can move it down a little bit. Like, you know, I don't like to go off script too much, but we definitely have enough space to do that. It's very rare that we leave a bunch of space. Okay, so I think that's it. Grab some tape here. And now that I've got everything laid out, we're going to move that over. And slap that down. And let's figure out where we're going to put this before we attach this. And I may actually, well, I could move it up. What do you think about that? Oh boy, that's really flipping the script. But it's our page, it's our way, and why not do it that way? Then I don't have to worry about, you know, covering the trees. Now the trees are not covered. So let's just do it that way. Why don't we? All right, so the back of this paper is super cute too. These go pretty close to this edge, I noticed. I don't like it when it lines right up with that edge, so I've got to go one way or another. So I think I'm going to go this way, and I'm just going to go super close to like that. And then I've got enough space for my little river. And I think that looks adorable. Oh boy. Don't you hate when you do that? I thought for sure that was repositionable tape. And by golly, it wasn't. It was a regular tape. Raise your hand if you've grabbed that. See, normally I keep repositionable in the one with the label on it, the special tape runner, but I did not look. Good thing I didn't do the whole strip. Goodness. All right, where's the repositionable? Here's one. Again, from the crop. I had tape runners all over the place. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Cheryl. All right. So again, I've flipped the script quite literally. I've switched that from the bottom to the top, right like that. We do have these yet. And you're not going to see them down here. I could do that, just seems like a lot to me. They have them coming out of the bottom over here, and I don't mind that so much. Let me find some scissors. I don't know that I'm going to need 3 strips of these. Well, they do have it going the whole length, and it actually the recipe calls for using the reverse, but the reverse is very busy with this punch, so I think I like it better like this. And I do like the look of this. think. Why not? Let's get a little more repositionable on there. All right, so that page is done. Let's do this second page, and then we will move on to adding. How many times do I move these things around? My goodness. Okay. Let's make sure we got the right tape. In the winter, my studio is super cold. In the summer, it's a little warm. I like to have a fan going right now. But I feel like the last time I had the fan going, everyone was like, they could hear the fan because it's blowing on my face right into the mic. I'm going to stick this over here so that I know where that's going. All right, whoops. Hurt my little tree there. Let's get the right tape. Remember this little water feature here, just kind of a bonus that I added on to go onto my page, and it's okay to do that. You could start with a recipe and end up in a completely different ending place. And that's okay. Looks like I'm going to cover that water, and that's okay too. If I had laid out this side first, I would have moved that up, and I still could, but then I have to move the whole page up on the other side, and it's really okay. Kind of cuts that up. Let me make sure I have enough room. I'm gonna have to move this over. That whole side is gonna get covered, which is a shame. All right. So I think I'm going to put this in the middle, and then if I can, kind of work around it. All right, so I kind of like it going up higher, I think, than down lower. So everybody move up. Whenever that happens is when I wish I had used the repositionable. All right. All right, so now it's time to throw these pictures on, and hopefully, usually I plan ahead what I'm printing, and in this case, it's several, oh, you know what, I don't even think I need to add those. All right, so I have way too many pictures. Well, definitely, we've got two up and down. We've got, well, actually, we have these. I can probably do a small one like that. I just don't want to lose all the lake. All right, so that group one in the house can work. What shall we do? I might have to chop that one down, and then I can definitely chop that down, because there's no way I can get this down. Just no way. Now, I have been known to go back and print things as wallets. And so I may go back and print this as a wallet so that I can get the, you know, the lake into that picture. But right now I'm going to trim this. So this is 3 3/4. Poor Melissa, we've already lost her arm. Now Crystal's gonna lose her arm. I don't mind so much at this stage of the game when I have to sacrifice an arm to fit in a mat. Alright, and like I said, with many of these, let's see, the 8 people on this adventure, was there 8? 4 and 4, yeah. Let's see, 3/4 of them, 6 of us will be in Helen. It's so fun to see our friends. And hello everyone that's just hopping on. I'm sorry you missed the beginning. But I'm scrapbooking Retreat to the Mountains. Let's see, 2 3/4. So we are going to lose a lot of crystal in this picture. We always, at this retreat location, let's see, 3 3/4. I don't know. We can't, I'm going to, a little bit of off the top there. You really can't, I'm sorry, Crystal, we're going to lose a little bit more. This is another one I could go back and print as a wallet. But you can definitely get the gist of what's going on. This place in North Carolina was one of those ice cream shops that had these huge shakes. That was just a riot. Of course, we went to a distillery. Because again, why not? This was Granddaddy Mims. And then these shirts are fun. You'll see, I see people still wearing these shirts, and they say, "Gray skies are going to clear up, put on a scrappy face." And there's a rainbow on it. Let's go ahead and stick those down. Oh my goodness, I'm letting the ladies pick the fronts of their shirts for this Helen retreat, and it is cracking me up. What people, I mean, some of them are predictable. I gave them 5 choices to choose from. And if you've not been to Helen, there is like it's like a little Bavarian village, and so it's got this low-key German theme, the whole town. And so the one shirt that no one's picked is Schnitzel Happens. I'm surprised that no one picked that. All right, I want to get the boat one in the middle, I guess. All right, there we are on the porch. I don't know how this is going to work. I have a feeling I'm going to need to get this printed as a wallet, just because I'm losing all of the water. Now, I am staying committed to this recipe to do this. This is one of those times where you could say, you know, I'm not doing it. And because I'm going to lose like the whole background, everything. So I'm definitely going to print that as a wallet on my next order, so that we're going to be smaller, but we can see, see. And I'll probably print this one as a wallet too, just because that was our view from the back of the house. That was a great location. I would love to go back there in the fall. But yeah, I lost so much of that pretty view by making it. So do think about that when you're printing photos. If you know what you're doing ahead of time as far as the page, you can plan ahead of time what what things you want to print smaller. I'm gonna grab this mountain scenes and see. Oh, we've got mountain memories. That's cute. See you at the top. Take me away. Take a hike. That would have been cute to put there. I suppose I still could put that there. Oh, I'm like off the screen. Don't you love when I do that? Let's see. This on cabin time is cute too. The great outdoors. I'm gonna say mountain memories. I could put that up here. And add a little pine cone. Like to do things in little trios. I'm gonna need to add a journal box probably down here, and I usually have, here we go, a little white piece of cardstock just laying around my studio just for this purpose. I'll have my title. I feel like I need to have another sticker over on this side. So I'm on cabin time. Because I use the paper from this pack, of course, all of these little embellishments kind of go too, which is great. All right, so that was our fun. It was hard to believe we were nearly a week, but we had so much time in the cabin, and I have pictures of that too. But for the 2-page spread, that works out well. So that is the Legacy of Love project recipe. Don't forget to register for that if you haven't already, so that you get the PDF. And for those of you that joined on late, you missed the announcement at the beginning that I said I wasn't going to be doing a live in the feed drawing tonight. I'm going to switch things up because I'm going to be moving to live on YouTube. And so instead of doing the live drawings every week, I'm going to do a $25 CM credit at the end of the month. And how you get in the drawings for that is you'll get a ticket for every $50 you spend on my website, and you'll get a ticket for every event you attend in July. So if you're going to the retreat, or if you're a sign up for the tea, or if you attend the scrapbook club, those are all ways that you can get entered to win 25 CM credits. And so sign up for those events, and I appreciate you purchasing online, and we will give out some CM credits that way. And then I'll remind everyone next Tuesday that I won't be live on Facebook, that I will be on YouTube. We're going to try it just for this month. We're just mixing things up. May and June, I gave 10 CM credits to every single person that ordered on my website. So if you ordered on my CM site, then you should have received your CM credits today. So done that for the last 2 months, and so switching things up a little bit this month. So I appreciate you all watching tonight, and hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you signed up on my website so that you could download this. And yes, signing up for the project recipe gets you an entry into the drawing. So if you actually made it on to watch, that's great. But if you signed up for the event, then you are entered to win. So any events that you sign up through my website and attend in person or online, then you will receive an entry for some CM credits this month, and I will do the drawing on August 1st. Well, thank you everyone once again. Hopefully I will see you all next Tuesday night and also next Thursday night for Scrapbook Club. And until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.